Saber y conocer. Saber y conocer both mean to know when translated to English, but the way we use them is different in Spanish. We use conocer to talk about knowing a person or to be familiar with something, and we talk about saber when we know facts or we know how to do something. So, if you remember, sometimes it's not who you know, conocer, but what you know, saber, that counts. Let's take a closer look at saber. It means to know, just as I said before. But we use saber to talk about knowing facts or information. Yo sé el alfabeto, ole. Remember that song? Yo sé el alfabeto, ole. You're saying, I know the alphabet. That's information that you know. To conjugate saber, it's going to be irregular in the yo form, and after that, you're going to conjugate it as you normally would for an ER present tense verb. Yo sé, with an acento, and then after that, tú sabes, él, ella, usted sabe, nosotros sabemos, vosotros sabéis, ellos, ellas, ustedes saben. Notice that the yo form is the only irregular form. Take a minute to write this down and then start the video up again when you're ready. Saber followed by an infinitive. Remember what an infinitive is? It's a verb in its original form. It would end in AR, ER, or IR. So saber followed by an infinitive means to know how. Yo sé jugar fútbol. So what would that be in English? Yep, I know how to play soccer. Bien. ¿Sabe él grabar un disco compacto? Pause the video, write this in English, and start up again when you're ready. Does he know how to burn a CD? Remember, when writing a question, the order goes QVS. Question, verb, subject. The verb and subject switch in a question. Más ejemplos de saber. ¿Sabes dónde está Juan? What would that translate to? Write it down and then start the video when you're ready. You should have, do you know where John is? ¿Saben ustedes quién fue a la fiesta ayer? Fue está en el pretérito. Alright, write it down, and when you're ready, start the video up again. You should have, do you all, formal, know who went to the party yesterday? Good. One more. Sabemos que ellos cocinaron la cena. Write this down in English, and when you're ready, start it up again. You should have, we know that they cooked dinner. Cocinaron, aron, that's the preterite tense. Alright, now both saber and conocer mean to know, just as I said before. However, we use them in different contexts. So saber is knowing information and facts, and conocer means to know in the sense of being acquainted or familiar with a person, place, or thing. So I'll give you a couple of examples with conocer. Tú conoces a Pepito, ¿verdad? Pepito es una persona, okay? So you know him, right? Nosotros conocemos España. That's a place. We know Spain. We've been there. We know it. Ella conoce la música de Juanes. She knows of Juanes' music. That would be a thing. Conocer is also irregular in the yo form. Yo conozco. Z-C-O. Conozco. Tú conoces, él y usted conoce, nosotros conocemos, vosotros conocéis, ellos, ellas, ustedes conocen. Remember, just like saber, the yo form is irregular. It's different in the irregular, but it's irregular as well. Conozco. Remember the personal a? Remember when we have a person, and after the person we use an a? Conocer is followed by the personal a when the direct object is a person or a pet. I'll give you an example. Conozco a Maria Teresa. Since she's a person, we have to use the a. I know her. Conoces a ellas? Do you know them? We have to use the a because these are people. Conozco Madrid. Why is the personal a not used in the previous example? Right, because Madrid is a city in Spain. It's the capital of Spain. It's not a person. So we don't need that personal a. We only need the personal a with people. Direct object pronouns can also be used with conocer. They often are. ¿Conocen ustedes a la señora que trabaja en el laboratorio? Sí, la conocemos bien. ¿Quieres conocerla? So I'm asking here, do you all know the woman who works in the laboratory, or that works in the laboratory? And then you would say, yes, we know her. It's a direct object because it answers the question who or what. You wouldn't say I know to her or I know for her. You just know her. So who do you know? Her. So that's why it's a direct object and not an indirect object. And it's la señora, so it would be replaced with la. Sí, la conocemos bien. ¿Quieres conocerla? Do you want to know her? Here, the la is in front of a conjugated verb, and here it's at the end of an infinitive. You can also put this la in one other place in the sentence. Where would that be? That's right, you would put it in front of the conjugated verb. So it can either go in front of a conjugated verb or at the end of an infinitive. All right, let's do a practice. Write the correct form of the verb saber or conocer in the space provided. Once you've answered all of these, start the video up again and see how you did. Número 1. Él sabe jugar al basketball muy bien. He knows how to play basketball very well. Nosotros conocemos a la señora, extra N, Martín. Número 3. Yo sé con acento que tu página web es fabuloso. I know that your web page is fabulous. I know that information. Vosotros sabéis hacer cosas muy complicadas. You all know how to do very complicated things. Remember, you don't need a how in there. It's just an infinitive. Jorge y Juanito conocen las canciones de Shakira. They know her songs. Tú no sabes grabar un disco compacto. You don't know how to burn a disc or CD. Número 7. ¿Conoces tú y Rosa mi perrito guapo? Notice we have that there, even with pets. Do you and Rosa, do you both know my dog, Guapo? All right, hopefully that helped. Now you know the differences between saber and conocer. Remember, saber is to know information, and conocer is to be familiar with or to know people, places, or things. Saber is irregular in the yo form. Yo sé. So is conocer. Yo conozco. The rest should conjugate normally just like any other ER verb in the present tense. Remember, conocer is followed by a personal a when used with people, and saber followed by an infinitive means to know how to.